I think we've been there multiple times. I thought we were happy with the way we had played through 40 minutes. Obviously, they had a push in the third, and you don't want to put yourself in that spot, but it's just fighting to live another day. Each shift we were out there, I feel like obviously having Shesty back there was maybe the difference maker tonight. And after the third period was over, it was just a time to reset. Been in this spot before, go back out there, and next one wins.
What is Wennberg brought to this team?
He's so steady. He does a lot of the little things, maybe not get noticed as much, but he's just been really good. He's added a lot of depth to our team. He's been great on face-offs, PK. He's doing a lot of the little things really well.
Guys, just a couple more.
What did you guys do to regroup on the PK? After Reinhardt got those 2 goals, and then you were able to not just get one, but you killed the last, the one on Truba there.
I don't know. It didn't really go through my head early. I mean, we'd given up 2, but you don't really think about it too much. I think we looked at the bigger picture. We knew how good our PK has been, and we just kind of, every time we let one up, we just got to go back to the fundamentals, go back to the basics, and rely on what we know we're capable of.
Peter, just your thoughts, the way this team handled the third and found a way to win?
Well, I mean, the third was probably our toughest goal in the series so far. We're up 4-2. We were under siege. They were able to capitalize, and that was by far their best period. I mean, it was a pretty even game going into the third period, and then they came out and they got that goal, and that they started well. They got the goal. They pressed. They got another one. The building's in it, and so it's moving. It's moving in their direction, and so it was. I do think that. We came out of the timeout and we probably had 3 or 4 good shifts in a row, but they got it into overtime, and Shesty had to make a couple big saves along the way. After that, from that point, but big goal for us in overtime to win it.
Stay up front.
Kind of a 2-part question. 1, how pleased have you been with Alex Wennberg over these playoffs and since he's been here? And 2, what was your view of the final goal?
Really good work by him in all zones. A really smart player, and he's come in and he's given us exactly what we were needed at the time and what we were hoping for. And I guess my interpretation of the goal was, just a face-off that we were able to dig it out, get it back. We were talking about sifting pucks in, and we were able to sift that one in. I think maybe there was some sort of a breakdown. He was by himself, but at the end of the day, that puck sifted in there. You still have to get a piece of it, a redirect. He was in a good spot for a screen, a redirect, a little bit of everything, and he was able to get it done.
Left side, third row.
Peter, the PK gives up 2 early-ish in the game, probably in ways that you don't necessarily want to give them up either. What did you think of the response, and what did they do to regroup and respond the way you did on the PK?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really good. You're right. There's things I think that we can clean up. Still in both areas. But the penalty kill, it was tough. The second one was tough. We were playing the 2-on-1 down low, and ends up redirecting and going in. So that was kind of a tough bounce. And but after that, I thought we did an excellent job of shutting them down. And we had to kill one late in the game. Certainly, the goal was huge, just to get it back and take a little bit back from that. If you give up a couple early, to be able to come back and contribute like that was a heck of a play and a heck of a shot. And so that was, real positive. I thought for giving up a couple early, I really thought we caught ourselves and did a great job. And we had some extended zone time in there where we had to really buckle down. Guys were tired. They were out there for 1 minute and 30 seconds and still kept the mind about them and their wherewithal to do the right thing. So it was good.
Back left.
Was there anything that they were doing specifically? It seemed like below the hash marks they had a lot of success just cycling you guys. Did you feel like, kind of almost like a bend but don't break for you guys a bit?
I felt like that in the third period. In the third period, I did feel like that. Like I said, I thought the second period, I thought the first period was pretty even. We had to kill three. We had the 3 penalties against us, and so that kind of works from a visual standpoint and a game standpoint. When you're on the power play and you're down and you're in the offensive zone, that and from a defensive standpoint, it doesn't feel good. So that's 3 times that happened in the first, and then I thought that we bounced back and rallied in the first. Inside of that, having to kill 3 penalties, we still did a good job of fighting and getting a lead in that game. And then the second period, I really liked our period. I thought that was our best period of the night. I thought we played really smart, played really well. And like I said, the third period was tough, but we didn't, we did bend, and guys found a way in overtime. But the third period, I thought that they did exactly what you said. They kept it in. They used a lot of rims behind the net and out the other side. It felt like we were chasing it a little bit.
On the left in the middle.
Peter, you've said all year you have to find different ways to win each game, and this one felt different than most that we've seen. But when the special teams aren't necessarily clicking the way you'd like, you need guys to step up, like Barclay, a veteran, and Alexi, a younger guy. Can you talk about just the 2 individuals and the difference in their careers, and the veteran, the younger guy, and how they stepped up huge today?
Yeah, well, that's a big topic. That's a wide range. They were excellent today. Both the players that you mentioned were excellent. Obviously, Barkley's seems to be in one right now, and that's a good thing for us. He's dialed in and focused, and he's capitalizing on his chances. He's doing the dirty work, and he's capitalizing on his chances offensively. I thought Lafreniere had a heck of a game. I mean, his speed was evident when he grabbed the puck. He was a difference maker, and maybe one of our more noticeable guys tonight. So. You're right, different points in their careers, but both key contributors tonight.
Right side in the middle.
I guess to sort of follow up on that with Barclay, I mean, we've talked a lot after the last game about kind of all the little things he does. Does it surprise you when he goes on just a scoring kick like this, given that he didn't have those numbers in the regular season and hasn't traditionally put them up?
Well, I think he has had numbers in the past. Like, we just didn't look at it differently because maybe it was a year where you don't have 15 goals and 40 points or 35 points, and but he's been a key contributor. Like I said, everybody kind of gets the same game plan out there, and we ask different players to do different roles and certain responsibilities, and a lot of his is the heavy lifting. On the defensive side of the puck. But he certainly has been a guy that has put up some numbers in his career and big goals and big opportunities in playoffs past. So the fact that he's doing it now, I don't think it necessarily surprises anybody because he works for what he gets. He worked for that goal on that shorthanded goal tonight, him and getting into the right areas. I thought he did a really good job. We made a nice play from behind the net, and he cranked it. And so I don't think it should surprise anybody because he's that type of a player. But you're right. I think from the regular season, it might have been maybe down a little bit from years past, but that doesn't mean that we didn't value what he did or what he brought to the table. We did. We do.
We'll do one more question. Left side, Dan.
Yeah, Peter, just what did you, if you went in the room after the third period before overtime, what did you see in the room? What was the reaction from the guys, and what was your message to them at that point?
Just we needed to go back to work. We needed to get back on the attack, back on the forecheck. Again, we were taking on a lot of heat in the third period. And I don't think that necessarily one period leads to the next period. Our second period didn't lead to the third, and their first period didn't lead to the second. So I think that the periods are different. Everything plays out differently. It's just a chance to reset. And we had been in this situation in overtime, quite a few times already in the postseason, and our guys have responded and handled it really well. And so the message was go back to work. Let's get on the attack and be comfortable in what we're doing.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Just your emotions and just take me through the overtime goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, obviously it's an intense game. It goes back and forth, but I mean, obviously you've seen the puck go to the net. It's just burst of energy, burst of all kinds of feelings. So it's great, obviously.
Left side, third row.
Alexi, a lot of your teammates and your coach talk about your confidence this season. Can you identify a point where you felt like your confidence in the league started to spike?
Yeah, I think just by working out hard this summer and trying to get better, improve my skating a little bit, and I'll just try to play my game, make plays, and obviously playing with Brett and Troach helps a lot, and just like I said, try to play my game.
Questions for the guys? Right side, Ethan.
Alexi, could you just walk us through that second goal, and at what point in that play did you sort of decide that you were going to take it yourself?
I had speed coming in, and just tried to make a move, and lucky enough it went in, and it's always fun to see it go in.
Left side in the back.
Alex, teams had, a couple of, I don't want to call them unlikely heroes, but, guys that aren't necessarily getting the headlines. What does it mean for you to kind of come up that clutch, and what's it like in the room when you come back after a goal like that?
No, I mean, obviously, scoring goals and, ending the game. But, I mean, I feel like this is a team. It doesn't matter who's the hero. It doesn't matter who does it. We're everyone fighting for one another. Maybe I haven't put up the same amount of points, but, I mean, we go as a team. Everything we do together, and we have an end goal. So, I mean, obviously it's a great feeling, good for the confidence, but I'm just happy to help out the team.
Stay on the left.
Question for both of you. Psychologically, just to get out of that third period and reset during overtime, how big was that just to sort of get to the end there and just start right over, and what was that feeling in the locker room? Did it feel like a win to get out of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the third period and the way we want it, but I mean, you just got to go in, reset. I mean, obviously I had a little talk there, but I feel like this team, we have that belief in the group. I mean, maybe we not the most vocal kind of thing, but we all look at each other, we know what to do, and I mean, obviously you see when we get out there, we get the job done.
Up front, Peter.
Alex, your line as a whole, we've talked about, has generated a lot in these playoffs, hasn't always gotten the puck to go in. I guess just what about Kakko and Jack was working well on that shift for you, on that goal on that shift where you got the final goal?
I mean, we have plays. Obviously, it just worked out perfectly. I feel like I end up being alone there and get a little touch. But, I mean, yeah, what can I say? When that play happened, I wouldn't say it's exactly how we drew it up. Every now and then you go by instincts, and it's just a great shot by Lindy, I think, was coming in. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to find a way to score.
We'll do one more in English.
When you see Igor doing what he was doing there in the third, do you gain confidence? What was the emotion for you guys?
No, absolutely. I mean, obviously, they have some good chances as well. I mean, and then at the end of the day, you need a goalie to help out, and he does it more than once or twice. It's a good feeling to have that goalie to have those saves and make a difference.
Braden, it looked like the coaching staff called that timeout in the third period. You got a little bit of life out of that.
I think he called it just to calm us down and make sure that we're playing the game that we want to play. And I think he's so good at that and picking his spots to calm us down and to remind us, let's get going, let's get back on our toes, and let's push pace. Let's not let them take it to us.
And again, take us into the room after 60 minutes.
Yeah, after 60 minutes, obviously we're up two. You don't want that to happen, but we're comfortable in this spot. If we were going into OT and the score, we weren't up two, it was 4-4, we'd be happy. And we are comfortable in the situation in OT, and we know we got a lot of weapons that can get the job done.